Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Knott County is still working on repairs from the 2022 July floods. And lawmakers will be meeting in Frankfort next week for the legislative session.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 5 a.m. and today is December 29th, 2023, so close to that 2024 mark. Let's check in with meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. Shane, I think me and you as a pair in the morning bring the cold weather.
Yeah, I know. It seems like every time we get together, we've got a little bit of wintry weather and cold weather to talk about, Madison, and that's what we've got going on right now. Satellite and radar dry in our neck of the woods, but back up towards Louisville, snow showers and a little bit of wintry mix breaking loose, and those are going to continue to dive off to the east and southeast throughout the day today. Pinpoint Doppler showing a lot of that as rain, and that doesn't really surprise me given the temperatures right now. We'll take a look at that in a second. We're dry at Jenkins along US 119 and 23, I-75 Mount Vernon dry as well, and downtown Hazard dry where it is currently 28. Now temperatures are a mixed bag. In Louisville it's 38, 34 Somerset, 32 London and Williamsburg, 27 Manchester, 28 in Hazard, 32 in Pikeville. So we do have a lot of the area below freezing or near freezing. So as that moisture moves in, a lot of this is going to fall as snow. Also, a little bit of frost on the wind chills this morning. May need to take just a quick second or two to get those wind chills cleaned off before you head out the door. So it's a wintry mix today. Not expecting much of any accumulation because temperatures are going to be into the mid-30s, but there will be periods of snow mixed in with some light rain, and it's going to be kind of a wintry, nasty day as this system moves in, and it sticks around all the way into tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at this system, plus a look at your New Year's Eve and day forecast here in a few minutes, Madison.
Shane, thank you. Knott County officials are still working to recover from flood damage caused by the July 2020 flood. The county fiscal court announced they have purchased a building in downtown Hindman to have more space. The building is next to the Knott County Courthouse as a result of the flood damaging several buildings in Hindman. Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson says several county employees have moved their materials into the courthouse.
You know, the senior center and some of these other offices here in town that was destroyed by the flood, it didn't affect just one or two of our employees. You're talking maybe 12 or 15 of our employees that lost an office and everything that they had.
Dobson says they bought the building for $200,000. Lawmakers are headed back to work next week in Frankfort. They will convene on Tuesday for the session. The budget expected to be the center of talks for most of the 60-day session. Governor Beshear's plan to include raises for state troopers and teachers, along with funding universal pre-K. The budget is the only bill required by law that the legislature must pass.
We'd open up several thousand slots to help working parents out there. That's how we turn good years of economic progress into decades of prosperity, by making sure that no child falls through the cracks, that we have the very best educators there in the classroom.
The session begins next Tuesday. Governor Beshear will give his State of the Commonwealth address Wednesday. The last day of the session is in April. But this year, when it comes to new bills, we won't get an early look at any that will be up for debate. Under a new law, pre-filed bills and drafts will not be posted online. The only way to see bills before the session starts is for lawmakers to share them themselves. House Speaker David Osborne sponsored the bill that changed the process. Osborne told the Kentucky Lantern that the old way led to distractions. Some groups criticized the move as an attack on transparency. It became law without Governor Beshear's signature. Presidential candidates are now starting to file in Kentucky. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie both filed yesterday with the Kentucky Secretary of State's office. Both candidates are trailing former President Donald Trump in national polling. Trump has not filed in Kentucky yet. The 2024 Kentucky primary is May 21st, and early voting for that runs May 16th through May 18th. The hazard wastewater treatment plant is currently getting a major cleanout. Earlier this month, City Manager Tony Eversole reported that the plant was experiencing a buildup of excess waste. Eversole says the buildup was due to a lack of maintenance on the plant during the last several years.
Instead of the conventional way of letting the drains in the floor separate the solids, we had to actually get equipment down in there, skid steers down in the basins, and they were loading the solids into a larger piece of equipment, and then it went to a truck.
Eversole says when the sewer plant is in optimal condition after maintenance like this, the water that is released is cleaner than the river water. Yesterday in Perry County, internet and phone services were restored for some after being out all day. Police say they responded to a call near exit 56 just outside of Hazard Thursday morning, where they say a wire appeared to have been intentionally cut. This caused headaches for people and businesses across the county. Police say they do not have a lead on a suspect, but they are investigating. Officers are asking anybody that has information to call them or message them via Facebook. A Williamson, West Virginia man is behind bars after he reportedly asked 2 minors to have sex with him. Last week, KSP troopers received a call about the incident near the Food City in South Williamson, Kentucky. They say 60-year-old John Smith asked the 2 minors to perform sexual acts on him. He faces multiple charges, including unlawful transaction with a minor. Smith was taken to the Pike County Detention Center. Crews responded to a fire Wednesday in Laurel County. The fire came from the roof of a 3-story building. Firefighters worked for several hours to put out the fire. Officials say no one was in the building at the time. In Pulaski County, Sheriff Bobby Jones reports that his office has received reports of bank fraud. Jones said customers have reportedly received text messages or phone calls from individuals or group of people acting like representatives of the customer's bank. The group is reportedly asking for the individual's account number and passwords to verify account information. Jones says to be cautious when sharing information from your bank. A new sandwich shop in Pike County is bringing new taste to the table. Tasty Tea's Sandwich Shop opened its doors in Coal Run, offering real fruit teas and fresh sandwiches to the community. While the shop has seen support from its neighbors, owners hope to see their building fill up as their social media following quickly grows.
There's days that, hey, we're fighting for sales out there, you know, and that's the next thing. You know, I want to see our followers into the store. I want to see our followers come taste our product.
The shop is located off of US 23 in Coal Run next to American Vintage Barbershop. They offer a variety of sandwiches, soups, teas, smoothies, and more. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, a group of senators wants to cut down on insulin costs for the uninsured and insured.
We're tracking snow showers off to our west, back over towards Louisville. It's heading towards the mountains over the next couple hours. We'll detail that in my forecast after the break.